Hello, hi everyone. I hope you're doing well. Sorry I've been away and I'm really sorry that I've not got much to show you. I haven't done my homework, miss. Sorry. I've been having a fabulous time. In fact, I've not really been doing anything. It makes it sound like I've been off jet setting and I've not. I've been sat on my bum. Friday was the last time you saw me, I think, and today's Thursday, so it's been nearly a week. You didn't quite get a week of Ruth. I think I missed one day and didn't do, sorry, been golloping tea. Didn't do anything to make up for it, did I? Well done to everyone that's doing Video Every Day April. Maybe I'll try next year. Can't even commit to a week. Yeah, I've not really been doing much. Saturday we went to the wedding. It was fabulous. Met lots of new people. Kirk met up with all his old friends. I met up with a few, like 2 people that I already knew. Got chatting to a lovely girl there. Actually made a couple of friends myself, I think. And yeah, had a lovely time. It was a little bit tiddly when we finished. So Sunday was spent nursing a hangover. We decided not to drive to the local shop, but rather to walk. The garage was open, fortunately, on Easter Sunday because we had no milk, no bread, no sustenance. Is that substance? No food. So we went and bought like a sandwich, and it took us all day to eat it. I can hear the pitter-patter of tiny feet. Oh, hello. And Monday, we didn't do a lot. I can't remember what we did Monday. I think we went out somewhere. I don't know what we did. What did we do? I don't know. Monday is the lost day. I know we watched a film. I don't know what we watched. And on, oh, it was a scary one. It's a bit weird. I can't remember what it was called. I have no idea. It's about some girls in a house that got murdered. It's a nice subject, isn't it? We don't normally end up watching horror films because Kirk's a man and he needs horror. No way can we watch a funny chick flick. That'd strip him of his masculinity, wouldn't it? Fool. I love him really. Sometimes. Don't mention the t-shirts, anyone. Tuesday I was back at work. Kirk was off. Yesterday we were both at work. Went to see his mum, who's back from her holiday afterwards. She bought me a bag, bless her. This is from Malaysia, I think. She went to Cambodia and Malaysia, and I think this, she said, was from Malaysia. It's got owls on, look. It's like embroidered, I think. So that's what I've got, and I'm going to use that as a project bag, I think. There's something in it and I don't know what it is. It's rattling. And she got Kirk a bottle of gin from the airport, which is very nice, although it's rather strong. Maybe we'll save that for when his sister comes and let her drink it. And that's my week. Today I've not really done a great deal of anything. I just filmed a video, been pottering around. Oh, Kirk flipping the div. We have a kitchen. Very, very luxurious, our house. We have a kitchen. And it's sort of got a chimney breast in it. It's quite a chunky one, but it's got a chimney breast in it. I don't know when this house was built, but there used to be a fireplace in it. And so half the chimney breast has got our fridge in. We've got, you know, the big American fridge. Very nice. A bit too big for 2 of us, really. But Kirk gets what Kirk wants, apparently. Anyway, and the other side has got units built into it, so it doesn't look like there's a chimney breast, but there's a chimney breast. So usually in a chimney breast there's a chimney. Usually at the end of a chimney there's a fireplace. And so the previous owners of this house, rather than bricking it up, decided to just board over it. So we had a damp problem. Now, I didn't mention, but I knew that at the bottom of a chimney breast there would be a fireplace. And fireplaces are normally great at whacking holes in walls, aren't they? So Kirk in his wisdom got home from work on Tuesday. No, he was off on Tuesday, wasn't he? That's why he did it. So he was off work on Tuesday as part of his bank holiday weekend. And in his wisdom decided to rip. So it's like a big wooden board, and then they put more wood on top to make it look a bit like panelling. It was fine. It was non-offensive. It was just painted the same colour as the wall. You know, you could hardly tell it was there, to be honest, but he'd got a right bee in his bonnet about it because it was ever so slightly wonky. So we've got optics on the wall. I'm really not selling it that. I don't drink a lot. And when they were put up, they were obviously put up straight. So then the little slant, it's probably like that. The little slant looks more obvious. So he'd really got a bee in his bonnet about this. And I've always said that I'd like some sort of breakfast bar there, nothing big. And I was thinking of, you can get ones off like Amazon and eBay and stuff that aren't, like, you don't attach them anywhere. So it's like, it's more like a big stool and chairs, but it's a breakfast bar kind of thing. And I've always said that I'd like something there, and he showed me these ones that he'd found, and I said, oh yeah, I really like them, that'd look nice there. You know, it's not anything too permanent if we decide we don't want it, or, you know, we ever want to put the table in the kitchen or anything, because you could have a dining table in the kitchen if you wanted to. I've just chosen not to because it'd be in the middle, and I think it'd bug me when I was like walking to the oven from the fridge, or like, we've not got a massive kitchen, but I think to keep walking around a table it'd really drive me mad. Anyway, so he ripped this boarding off the chimney breast and discovered the great whacking hole that was there. So it was full of crap, just dirt, and it was damp. And we've had the chimney capped and rebuilt and stuff. I think I've mentioned it already. And we think that's where the damp was coming from. So because there's no air circulating, and because water, when it rained, was just coming down the chimney, you know, the water was just sitting at the bottom. So we have sort of solved a problem. However, Kirk thought that it was going to be a bricked wall for some reason. And so just ripped it off and thought that he could just paint over it. No, so currently I've got a hole. His plan today is to put a board back on, because I think he wanted to plaster it, but we've got to brick up the fireplace, but then we need to put a vent in so that there is air circulating. So I don't know what his plan is now. He spoke to my stepdad, is no longer a builder, but did it for the majority of his life. And also his friend is a builder. So he's, you know, between the three of them, they sort of sussed the plan of what they're going to do. And I've told him, don't care what you do, just fix it. So that was a bit stressful. Oh, and then this morning I got up and the bloody goldfish had died. I was really sad. We've had him longer than we've had Hugo. So he's got to be 5, maybe 4 or 5. Yeah, we've had him longer than we've had Hugo, and last night he just looked a bit funny. He's always done stupid things. He used to swim in his filter, and I thought it was because of the water quality, and it wasn't, because you can get strips to test the water or something. And he just used to like to play in it, and you know, sometimes he'd got like a submarine, like a fish toy. It's like supposed to look like a wreck from under the sea. Like, obviously it's only like that big. And he used to like sit in it but stick his head out, and he's always been really playful and had quite a big personality for a goldfish. It sounds stupid, I know. And so yesterday he sort of kept going vertical, and I thought, that's not right. But you know, what can you do? You can't stop him from doing it. And then I fed him yesterday, and he seemed to stop doing it, and he was fine, and he was swimming around. And then last night we were taking the dog out, and he's just by the front door. And again, he seems really happy there. There's plenty of people that know pass by him, and you like, if you like, not obviously not tap on the glass, but like put your finger on the glass, he like follows your finger, or he would. Oh God, there's loads of kids outside on bikes. It's a gang. Yeah, and then last night we were taking the dog for a walk, and as we came back, as we were going, he was doing the vertical thing again, and I said it to Kirk, and he was like, oh, don't worry about it, it's fine. And then we came back, and he's got like his filter's long and thin, and obviously it filters the water. And he was like wedged between the filter. So the filter was sat on this wall here, and then there's another wall there. So there's like probably like a fish-sized gap between the wall and the filter. It's always been like that. It only comes off to get cleaned out or to have like the thing in it changed. And he was like wedged, and I thought, oh my God, he's got stuck. So rather than touching the fish or, you know, tapping at him, it was only held on by suction, so I just pulled it off and moved it along. And he sort of came back out and was swimming around. And then later on I went to go and like see what he was doing, and he was doing it again, and I thought, this isn't right. And I was gonna like go on Google this morning, because we had a fish a long while ago, and he developed this skin thing, this scale condition, and it like made him look like he'd got like a white fuzz over him, like peach fuzz. And you could put stuff in the water and treat it and, you know, make him better. And so I was going to Google it this morning and just see, you know, if he'd got something wrong with him. And he was on the bottom of his tank, and he was like ever so slightly behind his toy, and he just looked really sad. And it was like 5 in the morning, and so Kirk went running into the shed to get he's got like a plastic tub with all his fish cleaning equipment in. He went to go and get the little net and fished him out, and we had a very, very quick service for him, poor thing. But you know, I'm probably the only person that's cried. Well, I'm probably not the only person, I'm sure, but I felt a bit silly crying at a goldfish. But he did have a personality, honest. I know there's worse things happening in the world, I do realise that, but I thought he'd live forever. But anyway, yeah, so he was called Heisenberg, and we bought him, and we had 2 fish, and one died as soon as we got it home. So after a long while, we bought Heisenberg and another one called Tallulah. So we had Chip, Tallulah and Heisenberg. And unfortunately, Heisenberg, who's the one that just died, killed Chip and Tallulah. He bullied them to death, literally. So he was he turned into a good fish in the end. You know, he was a misunderstood heroine, like Superman. Yeah. Poor thing. Anyway, let me show you. That was a long 15 minutes. I've not showed you anything. I've made a little bit of progress on... Oh no, it's stuck. This bloody thing. Got a project bag and it's got Velcro on it, and it like pulls at stuff. This is the scarf for my Auntie Claire. She liked the wall when she saw a picture of all the yarn I'd got on Facebook. It's a reasonable length, it's getting there. I've just started the second ball, so it's gonna start draping now. So this is probably like not even 60 grams, and I've got another one. Oh, bloody hell. Bloody hell. So I've got another 100 grams to put into it yet. If it doesn't need it, I won't use it all, but probably, you know, it probably will. Yeah, she really liked the colours, so I did. This is the, oh, my hair's touching me. This is the split shell scarf. It's a video tutorial, and I'm sure there's a pattern as well by Jada in Stitches. And I think it's really pretty. The wool's really nice, although it's from Pound World, and it does a repeat. So I'll go from this end. So it does I'm going to call it green. It's like a greeny blue. Green, speckled yellow, yellow, speckled pink, pink, speckled green. That's the repeat. So there's a solid colour. Either side of it is white with that coloured speckles. Then the speckles of the next colour. Does that make sense? But in one ball, the first one, was very speckly, and the colour itself has like got flecks of a bit of a darker colour in it. But then this one that I'm using now, it just doesn't seem to have as many. I don't think, when I'm using it, I feel like in the previous ball of wool, there was no just white. It always had a speckle in it. But now you're getting quite a bit. Oh, it's there, look. Quite a bit that hasn't really got any pink in. So if you do buy this pound lanyard, I've lost the ball band, I'm sorry, but they don't sell that much wool anyway. It looks like this. They do one that's all pinks and they do one that's all blues as well. If you're buying it, and I don't mind, I think it looks nice, and I don't mind how speckly it is or isn't. But I think, you know, if you're trying to make a cardigan or like a baby outfit, I think it might look a bit more obvious. So just look at it before you buy it. Don't just pick it up and presume it's okay, because like, look, there's just no flecks of colour anywhere. But then this has all got flecks of colour in. Like, there's a few here, but there's nearly nothing. So it doesn't bother me. And I think the scarf will look fine anyway, because it's, you know, the actual pattern, the pattern of the scarf's quite busy anyway, so I think that'll look fine. But if you were like making like more solid shapes, it might look odd. Just bear it in mind. It's, you know, whatever. Shut up, Ruth. The Doctor Who scarf has, sorry, I keep bending over, has received a little bit of love. I've been putting project markers in. I have. So I started here, and this was where I sort of left it and put it on timeout for a bit. So about a foot, is it? That much. Oops. And it looks like it's really wonky, but it's not. I've counted the stitches and they're still the same, but I think it's just I don't know, probably my tension. So that's where I got to, and then I did a bit, got to here and left it, so that was mostly grey and a bit of the khaki, and then just did a bit of khaki and went up to beige. So I've probably about doubled it in size from when I very, very first started it. Whoops. Yeah, so if that's like the first half, for argument's sake, then I've done that again in different colours. It's crochet, it's not knitting. The colours are probably not the official colours. Zoe from 24 Carat Crochet has knitted, I think she's done a second one now, or a third one. Might be a second one, can't remember. That's where I sort of got the inspiration from. And I think Grace has made one as well. I'm sure she told me that she's made one for a daughter, I think. But I just went on Pinterest and put in Doctor Who scarf crochet, and there was a picture of 7 balls, I think, or 8 balls, I can't remember how many colours I'm using, of Starcraft yarn that was like the recommended colours for this scarf. So I just bought those. So I don't think they're necessarily the correct colours. And like, I've seen it done with purple rather than, this is burgundy. It does look a bit purpley, but like bright purple. And I've seen it done with black. So I don't know what the official colours are. And this, I went on Pinterest again, and it told you how many rows of each colour. So like, do 21 of beige, and so it's not really a pattern, but it is just, if you just put in Doctor Who scarf on Pinterest, it'll tell you how many rows of each one to do. So I've got that on my phone, and I just copy that. So I'm sure there's an official pattern to buy, but I'm just doing it this way because it's my uncle, and I don't really think he's gonna wear it anyway, which is why it's supposed to be a lot wider than this, I think, but I've made it. It's still quite wide, but it was like double this, and I think the Doctor Who scarf is meant to be really wide. So I think if you're looking for like an accurate replica, there are better ways to do it than my way. But I'm doing like a Doctor Who effect scarf. But I think the colours look really nice. Kirk says that the colours he says, I don't know what a Doctor Who scarf is, but it looks like it's meant to look like that. And I think I know what he means. Like the colours sort of look 60s, 70s-ish, don't they? I don't know when Doctor Who was made. Sorry, I'm a bit ignorant about these things. Oh, and then the only other thing that I've been up to... Oh, no. I have a little friend who has a little friend. It's a dopey dwarf from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Like a teddy one. And recently, Dopey's got a chair to sit and watch TV on. However, gets cold while he's watching telly. So a blanket has been requested. So I've started to elongate the willow square. Because I'm not planning on making a willow square blanket just yet. And this is all I had left of this yarn. So I'd made this square. I think I'd use this in something else. Would it fit that blanket? I think I might have used this colour in the rainbow blanket. This is Mariner, a blue, it might be called Madonna, might not. So I've sort of gone round the square twice, and then with what was left I did an extra row at the top and an extra row at the bottom just to make it rectangular. And I think I'm going to go around the whole thing in green or something. It needs blocking, it's very wibbly wobbly, it needs a good block. Yeah, I thought it just used up that square that I'd made. I didn't want to frog it because I think it looks quite pretty. And it used up a bit of yarn for me as well. So I'm just going to go around that to make it a little bit bigger, just because I think he's bigger than that. Yeah, so Dopey's blanket. And, sorry, I've got really bad indigestion. Glamorous. Let me have a sip of tea, that might make it worse. We all do it, don't we? Do you think it's like, what, from talking so much? This is the baby blanket so far. There's no grey on it yet, and I'm still umming and ahhing about the grey. But what I think I might do is make this baby blanket, let me show you. This is what I've got so far. So all the squares have been connected, and then I've connected them together. I've gone round the whole thing once, and then I'm going round it again just to sort of, because it dips a bit where all the connections are, I don't know why. So I've gone round it just to make it a bit bigger, because this isn't quite wide enough yet anyway. So I've gone round it, and then I can start adding more stripes to the bottom. But I think what I'm going to do is make the blanket in whatever pattern I decide, and then perhaps go around it in the grey. So the grey still being incorporated, because I think it does look nice with these colours, but it's just such a different colour to these three. These three are all so light. And then the grey, I've not got it to hand, but it's probably as dark as this one actually. Oops, that's the green. Probably as dark as that, and it just looks like it's too dark. I think a lighter grey would suit it better. So maybe it might be worth me buying a lighter colour grey. I don't know. But then I've got that and I can use it, and it's all Mariner then. And it'll all wash the same, not it? So I'm going to make the blanket without it and then see what point I'm at. So I have got another yellow. I didn't think I got any more yellow, but I've only got one blue, one yellow. I've got two cream. I found another yellow, but I think I'd like it to be even amounts of yellow and blue. So I'm going to see how I go. And I can always make an applique, can't I, for like in these blank ones or something. I'm going to see how I go. At the minute I'm not using it, but it doesn't mean I can't edge it in it or in the grey or something else. Anyway, this was meant to be a really quick video and it's 25 minutes because I've been talking about my fish. Paul Heisenberg. His name comes from Breaking Bad. The main person in that, he uses the name Heisenberg, and that's where it comes from. It's not a very good name for an animal really, because no one knows what it means. So I'm gonna go. Thank you all for watching. If you haven't already, go and watch my Q&A video. I'll probably put them up around the same time anyway. But Kirk's home now anyway. So thank you all for watching. Thank you everybody for lovely comments as always. I've had a couple of dislikes on my videos and I'm not taking it personally, but to you. And hello everyone, thank you, miss you, hope you've had a lovely Easter, nice bank holiday weekend, and I hope the sun is shining wherever you are. I'll see you all soon, bye.